Welcome back to Futbol Mundial, where today I'm joined once again by the man known in some circles as Z Money. No. It's Zach Jalab.
No, don't call me that. Thank you for coming. Today we have a derby turning ugly, a manager held at gunpoint, and an old-fashioned riot. It's been a heavy week. Starting off on a sour note this week, and the derby Barcelona turned ugly during the tightly contested clash between Espanyol and Barcelona.
It did indeed. The game itself had many faults, including the pitch, which was severely waterlogged. Don't know why they didn't call it off, and it ended up being a boring draw. But worst of all was that Samuel Umtiti was racially abused by an Espanyol player.
Arguably one of the best defenders in the world this season, the Frenchman could be seen shouting "Why this phrase" at Sergio Garcia, who allegedly used a racial slur towards Umtiti.
Staggeringly, Garcia denied having said anything derogatory or racist, but posted a message on Instagram, which is now deleted, surprise, surprise, that included the classic racist response of having a strong relationship with his African-American brother-in-law.
The Spaniard also claimed that he spoke with Umtiti after the game, referred to his wife's gypsy ethnicity as an excuse, and stated that what is said on the pitch must stay on the pitch.
Disgusting!
Don't even know what he's trying to get at there. This wasn't the only racist case coming out of Spain this week either, with Sporting Gijón ultras singing "We don't want players of colour" in their most recent game. Unsurprisingly, La Liga hasn't punished the club, and because of their sheer incompetence, we unfortunately doubt that Garcia will be serving a ban anytime soon. Prove us wrong, La Liga.
Time to talk about an issue very close to my heart. Last night was a very emotional one indeed. Griff on first dates finally found love. Yes, Jeffers. So something else also happened. Chelsea lost to Watford. Actually, no, we didn't just lose. We got battered 4-1.
Fantastic stuff. But let's not dwell on that and get straight down to the crux of the matter, which is, of course, Antonio Conte's future.
Yes, amazingly, Ladbrokes have suspended bets on the Italian being the next Premier League manager to get the sack after his side has conceded 7 goals in the last 2 league games.
Wow, that's pretty bad. He came out after the game yesterday to say his piece on his future, insisting he wants to stay, and even saying, "Pressure? Which pressure? What is the pressure?" We sense just a little bit of denial there.
So far, Eddie Howe, great, Luis Enrique, Carlo Ancelotti and Thomas Tuchel are all possible contenders to take the job. But we want to know what you guys think at home. Is Conte going to be sacked, or will he be staying put right where he deserves to be? Vote in the poll to let us know.
So you want him to stay?
Yeah, please stay.
I think he's lost the plot. He's lost the plot. Now we have to admit we love a good sporting pitch invasion. One man or woman seizing the opportunity to steal the limelight by charging onto the field and attempting to evade security. I, for one, have it on my bucket list.
That doesn't surprise me at all, mate, I'll be honest. An absolute classic incident of this, though, happened once again on Saturday at Selhurst Park during Palace's 1-1 draw with Newcastle. It wasn't a great game, I'll be honest. But Michael, what happened?
Well, one fan lit it up because they took it upon himself to liven up proceedings by running onto the pitch, downing a beer, spilling most of it all over himself before attempting to sprint past an on-rushing steward.
Right. But unfortunately for him, the steward was too quick and went full John Cena on the fan, body slamming him onto the floor before leading him away from the pitch. But the story is not done there. Oh, no.
No. That's because Swedish television network Viasat decided to analyse the tackle in great detail with Sky Sports-esque rings and arrows and allowed their viewers to watch the replay on the tackle in super slow-mo. Fantastic stuff.
As the tackle, which was probably better suited to last weekend's Six Nations or Super Bowl, went in, the pundit said, "Poof, dedicated, composed and strong."
Fantastic. For brightening up what was otherwise a fairly dull relegation battle and for making us all laugh here at EFD, Viasat, thank you very much.
We head to Argentina, the birthplace of the greatest player to ever kick a ball. However, we're not going to look at Messi. Instead, we're going to look at a player who can't even make it into their first team squad.
Yes, indeed. Now, when a player is told he hasn't made the squad, usually that means they'll start working harder to get into that starting 11. However, Cesar Pagani, who plays for Escuela Presidente Roca, decided to try something different, which I wouldn't recommend.
Yes, when the midfielder decided to speak to manager Christian Nera over his minutes, he decided the only logical thing to do was to pull out a gun, point it at him, and threaten to kill him, saying, "Play me or I'll kill you."
I mean, at least he's to the point, isn't he? The police were called and handled the situation. However, the manager who has been with Escuela for more than 45 years, has vacated his job following this incident, and although he was too afraid to press charges initially, he now wants the player to face criminal charges for his actions. I mean, unsurprising, but 45 years. That's a pretty bit of a piss take, isn't it? Imagine that. No respect. Now it's time for everyone's favourite section. I know it's mine. It's one to watch, and this week, thanks to Tiago Brito, we are going to promote Grêmio's Arthur Enrique Ramos de Oliveira Melo.
Michael.
Very long name, commonly known as Arthur. Could have just said Arthur.
Christ, Michael. Arthur is a 21-year-old central midfielder who was first called up to Grêmio's first team in January 2015 by Brazilian World Cup winning manager Luis Felipe
Today, Junior!
Scolari. Not quite as good as you, Michael.
No, not quite, no. The diminutive midfielder who stands at just 5'8" is, surprise, surprise, a big game player. Notice the irony there in his Copa Libertadores debut away game at Club Guarani. He was named man of the match after completing 40 passes with a 100% pass success rate. Pretty good.
And his first professional goal was the opener in a 3-1 victory over Fluminense in the Copa do Brasil. Despite a wealth of competition in his position, including Casemiro, Fernandinho and Paulinho, Arthur has already been included in the senior Brazil squad, but is yet to make his debut.
Pretty impressive, with his playing style having been drawn comparisons with Iniesta and Thiago Alcantara, and having been linked with the likes of Barcelona, Chelsea and Atleti. This won't be the last time you hear of Arthur, we're sure of that.
Thanks again for the suggestion, Tiago. And remember, if you think there's someone we should be talking about on next week's episode, hit us up down below with the hashtag
one to watch. Yeah.
The world is full of unpopular leaders at the moment. Donald Trump, Kim Jong-un and Arsene Wenger, to name but three. They may be hated by many, despised by a few, but none of them have faced abuse quite like Andres Sanchez, the new president of Corinthians.
Indeed, yes. Just to give a bit of background to the story, Sanchez is in the middle of a trial for tax evasion. He's been accused of evading up to $1 million US. The Brazilian businessman then won 33.9% of the vote to be re-elected as the team's president.
But having already held head office between October 2007 and December 2011, the people knew what they were getting, and they don't like it.
No, they don't one bit, because a riot broke out. Yes, you heard that right. And their new leader was forced to leave before changing his mind and actually trying to conduct an interview in front of a bathroom. The crowd couldn't be calmed, and Sanchez ended up locking himself in the toilet. This is fantastic.
God.
This is classic.
This man makes even his namesake Alexis Sanchez seem loved. Not a great first day in the office at all. So that was Futbol Mundial. As usual, what do you think of the stories that we covered, and have we missed any out? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet them to us. Our handles are on the screen right now. But Michael, something's going out on FTFC later. What is it?
Yes, very exciting stuff. Myself and James Wayne over at Haringey Borough for the second episode of non-league vlogs. If you enjoyed the first episode, this one is even better. Over at Haringey Borough, the last team on White Hart Lane. Pretty cool stuff. Also speak with the manager as well, so that's great. Get yourself over there, and don't forget to like and subscribe as always. See you later.